InfoWars has more than 15 YouTube channels and about 3 million subscribers. Our main channel has 1.854 or 1,854,000 plus subscribers. Now, they've been gaming the system for a long time to shut down nationalistic or patriotic media, saying we're right-wingers, saying we're extremists. Well, it doesn't matter who we are. We have a right to free speech, don't we? As long as we don't violate the rules. Well, now Zuckerberg has come out and said he's going to restrict conservative news like Communist China does, calling it fake news. And Google, that owns YouTube, has announced, and they've done it now 2 weeks ago, that they're going to basically make you click the bell in your notifications. We're going to show you how to do that, or you won't get all the channels that you've subscribed to, and you won't get the videos. Now, why are they doing this? It's more than just censoring. They want you to see the videos that they feed you below and beside the videos you're looking at that are corporately sponsored so they make more money. They're taking the you out of YouTube. So we're in this information war, and it's more important than ever that you promote the videos, that you like the videos, and that you send them on to others. Because the answer to the attempt to shut us down and restrict free speech that's openly now happening is for us to redouble our efforts. We're winning the culture war as true classical liberals that made this country great. We're restoring the Renaissance. So again, if you want to get our videos, so you can make your decision whether you want to see them or not. After all, that's why you subscribed. YouTube's had this since they started 12 years ago or whatever it was. And they're fundamentally changing it so you don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is promoting fake news and trash news and establishment news. It's killing real independent news. But we the people, by taking action, can break the back of this system. So please, click on the bell so you get the notifications and so you get in your feed the videos and channels you've subscribed to. I'm Alex Jones for Infowars.com. Now, David Knight, I want to get out of here so you have some time to break down on all the breaking news you've got. The Russian ambassador getting assassinated. I mean, we know Obama's trying to start a bigger war the last 31 days. Will they try to stay in office? Will they bring in a great crisis? Their whole program is in trouble. So we're in critical times. You know, we've had some victories, but I cannot stress enough, this is the time for eternal vigilance and for prayer. But first off, I came in and said, I can't believe some people don't believe we're under this attack. They're so unsophisticated. They go, oh, your server, show us your logs. We're on giant clouds. I mean, we're in the top 100 sites in the world. I mean, it's not bragging. People still think it's me 20 years ago. Do I have to have a red carpet coming into the office and put on airs, David? I don't want to do that, but it's just like the public still doesn't get we're major players changing the world. Our good listeners do get that, but the yuppies, the trendies don't. So tell folks about your white hat hacker friend that contacted you.
Yeah, and I should explain to a lot of people listening, you know, exactly what is a white hat hacker. Well, they talk about white hats and black hats. Black hats are people who hack computers for malicious purposes. White hat hackers are people who are hired to find ways that the bad guys can get in and tell the people about it before any damage is done. So to protect your system, you go out and you hire white hat hackers to exploit, to try to break into your system. And, you know, it's like a security consultant. Well, he looked at this and he said, you know, hey, I'm seeing all this stuff going on. Is that you guys? And I said, well, it might very well be. And what he said is,
by the way, this is before we'd announced it.
Yeah. What's happening with this, Alex, is we saw this back at the end of September. There was a massive attack. And when they talk about these denial of services, and I also want to clarify for people, because I had some people say, wait a minute, does that mean my credit card information has been hacked? It's like, no, it doesn't at all. What they're trying to do is deny you being able to get to our store to pull up that website. And so
we've got to be very clear about this, because they know the public's ignorant. They live off the ignorance.
Yeah, and we've seen the Democrats conflate this hacking stuff as well. There wasn't any claim that Russia had gone in,
because they call denial of service a hack. Let's explain this. No one's in the website. It's its own. They're trying to block you with flooded traffic at it just to overwhelm it.
That's right. And so when they talk about hack, it's just like when we're talking about the politics of what's going on, when they say, oh, the Russians or somebody hacked our election. What they were saying was somebody gave these emails to people. They weren't saying that anybody got into the computer systems. They weren't alleging that the Russians did that. And so they use these terms hacked in different ways. But what's going on is a denial of service where they send a massive, they just keep hitting the website, so the website or your network cannot respond to the people coming in to try to keep people from being able to access your system or to basically crash it.
And so what we do is we put up giant server filters in front of it that can tell who real individuals are. So then you go through that, and then it sends you to the shopping cart, an added layer of security. This is about as high as you can get.
And what's happening with this, we call it a DDoS, a distributed denial of service, because this is coming from refrigerators and televisions and all these devices that are being connected into the internet. Most people haven't really thought about the consequences of the Internet of Things. Soon,
that's right. Let's be clear.
cars
They don't put any updates or any software controls on the toasters, refrigerators,
right.
smart this, smart that. That stuff pretty much is all hacked now in your house, watching you, listening to you, stealing your data when you order stuff off a digital refrigerator. But also they then hijack it and have your refrigerator that would order stuff from, say, the local grocery store. It's hitting my website every millisecond.
That's right. These are not very sophisticated computers. It's a new thing. So they're very vulnerable to what's going on. And Alex, they're even extending this now to medical devices. That's something that everybody ought to be concerned about. But they had this virus, this malware that came out. It's not a virus, malware, that came out the end of September. They had the largest known distributed denial of service hit Krebs On Security website. And then a couple weeks after that, the middle of October, they released this, they call it the Mirai, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's M-I-R-A-I. That malware, actually the source code was released. And then what happened with that was they had the number of bots more than double. So once they put that source code out in the open, then people started doubling that on top of these. Now, that can be directed to target a particular website, and that's what's going on right now with the InfoWars store. They're trying to keep you from getting to the InfoWars store or to make it extremely slow or hoping that they can crash the store.
And hoping that when we announce it, a lot of people that are internet not savvy think, oh, his site's hacked, they get my credit card. No, they're just blocking it.
That's right.
No one's gotten into it. Now, let's explain. Chinese hacker who tried to steal U.S. military data deserves respect. State media, London Guardian. Chinese firm acknowledges cyber attack. Getting ugly. Muted response to China's seizure of drone worries Asian allies. And then I've got a bunch of news here where they come out openly in the news. I'm looking for that stack I had in a whole bunch of different articles. And they admit that the communist Chinese are running and advising the censorship here in the United States. That's in PC World. That's basically everywhere. I shot a bunch of videos on that last night, breaking it all down. So this is an unprecedented time. Guys, I had all those stacks. You brought them to me this morning.
And think about the fact, Alex, that here we have China, a creation of Nixon and Kissinger, a creation of the globalists, and yet they are the most rabidly nationalist country you can find anywhere. Very vicious in terms of protecting their own national interests and setting up their what's called the Great Firewall of China.
No, that's it. And they think, though, they think they own our computers. They can steal our credit card numbers, steal our technology. The Chinese are incredibly arrogant. But, I mean, hell, they kill their own people and sell their organs. The Chinese communist leaders think they own everyone. Talk about entitled.
Well, they are loved by the globalists, and the globalists have empowered them now for about 40 years. And that's the point. They have been the tool of the globalists, making China strong, transferring resources, transferring manufacturing technology and capability to the Chinese for quite some time. They're in a position where they feel entitled, and they are entitled.
That's right.
They're going to be given exemptions over these carbon credits and carbon taxes that we don't have.
That's right.
Here.
They're allowed to steal intellectual property.
Yeah.
They're allowed to have no environmental standards. They've been chosen as the chosen ones because they're good little technocrat commies. David, I'm going to hand the baton to you. Bottom line, folks, you can call and order. You can go to the P.O. Box. We need your support. We need your prayers. We have great products that if you're not using Super Male, Super Female, or X2, or our colloidal silver that's 50% off right now, it's just crazy. Try these products. Only a fraction of the listeners ever actually support us. And if you would, we could just do so much more. So I want to thank those that have supported us and encourage those that haven't to call us, 888-253-3139. If it goes to voicemail, because we're getting a lot of calls, simply leave your name and number. We'll call you right back, 888-253-3139, or write to P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. I want to thank you all for your support and the White Hat hackers over the years that have given us so much advice and helped us, and the White Hat hackers that obviously run the big companies that we work with that happen to be listeners that have given us a lot of discounted services and things over the years and given us access to things that, quite frankly, folks don't even know exist. So that's why we're still up and running. So we want to thank all of them as well. David Knight, thank you. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.